Welcome back. Today it's all about hair. I know that hair loss is very, very common. It's also very, very trending because I think that people are so desperate for a solution that they will likely just really try anything. And I don't blame you, but one thing I want to caution you against is just trying things without understanding why you might be losing your hair may be helpful, because it can be due to hormonal fluctuations, which are very, very common. If you've ever experienced or heard anybody say, after I gave birth, I had issues with losing my hair. Sometimes it's after certain diseases like COVID. You've heard of people losing their hair. I know that that happened to a couple of relatives of mine. And then, of course, there is stress, a stress-induced lifestyle that can deeply affect your hair growth or hair loss. There's genetics that comes into play. So I think that we can't really give it an umbrella statement or umbrella product, so to speak, without understanding how other adjustments might need to be made. But let's say you do fall into a common category of maybe you're just I'm in my late 40s. Maybe you are going through some hormonal fluctuations and you are stressed. It's not necessarily genetic, it's not disease or medication induced specifically, it's not a specific condition beyond that that makes it common. Then I think we can try a couple things out. And those are things that I'm going to share with you first today. Now, one really, really common thing that you can try is something with collagen. The problem with collagen marketing, however, is that it markets specifically to certain needs, which can be very, very misleading. Okay. And the reason it's misleading is because when that collagen is broken down, and this is coming from someone who has consumed collagen for many months now. And the reason that I decided as a licensed esthetician to consume it is because I thought, okay, well, it may be true that it's not specific to any particular thing that I'm needing. I have dry eyes, I have loss of hair. We'll talk about more of that in just a second. Maybe you have brittle nails. Maybe it's just, you wanting your skin to look more vibrant. Just the natural aging process causes you to lose collagen as you age. Now, all of those things can be true, but what gets lost in marketing is that collagen there's no way for it to be that specific. So when the marketers say use this collagen for X, there's no way for them to guarantee that that is the way it's going to help you. However, as I was saying, the reason I personally chose to use it is because while there's still mixed scientific evidence out there, I thought, you know what, I'm in my late 40s. I know I'm having a lot of hormone fluctuations, dealing with my own health stuff, my own chronic dry eyes that I've mentioned before. My nails, after using artificial or having artificial nails be put on for years, became very brittle. So I'm always looking for solutions to make my nails stronger. And I just really liked the idea that it might be able to help with my hair growth, and it might be able to help with some aspects of my skin. So I'm just kind of like adding it in, right? I found a product and I'll tell you about that in a second. It's not sponsored, by the way. It's just I do really, really deep dives into certain products whenever I need something. I'm one of those people that I will search for months, and if I don't find it, I just don't find it. I am allergic to sucralose, which is an artificial sugar, aka Splenda. And so I don't do artificial sweeteners. Your brain doesn't recognize it. It's kind of it recognizes it as a foreign object, or I should say it doesn't recognize it. So for me, being allergic, it causes me to have adverse symptoms like migraines, whole other story. And so having said that, I have a lot of requirements. If it's going to have protein in it, a lot of the protein drinks that I get or that I see, that I search for, have pea protein. I have nothing against pea protein other than the fact that, something's changed inside of me whenever I consume it, it gives me a lot of issues, right? Cramping, right? You know what I'm talking about. And so I just can't do the pea thing. However, whey protein works great for me. And that's just something that you have to figure out for yourself, what type of protein vibes with you. And I finally found this powder. It was during the Whole Foods semi-annual, I think it is, supplement sale, and I bought some samples because of course these supplements are naturally expensive and I want to make sure I like the taste. That's also very important. I don't want sugar in something I'm drinking often, especially in the morning, that spikes the blood sugar. You get my drift. It's a big thing. You got the taste, you got the the right types of sugars or the low sugar. And hopefully, in a great scenario, it has collagen, so then I don't even have to add the collagen. So I found a great one. I'll link to it below. It's called Just Ingredients. I'm extremely happy with it. And this is the kicker. It has pea protein in it too, but it has such a smaller amount, like the way they isolate things, that the pea protein isn't overwhelmingly fiber. So you get a little fiber, but it's mostly protein and it doesn't leave me with those cramps. So I'm hoping inside of this mixture, this was actually where I was getting to. It wasn't even the actual collagen, because we were talking about hair loss, and I'm sorry, it kind of went off track just a little bit, but I swear there's connective tissue. It all goes together. So I'm looking for this drink, and another reason that I chose this one was because it has the pumpkin seed powder. And you may have heard recently, it's kind of been all the hype about the pumpkin seed helping when you take it orally with hair loss. So there are studies that are being actively done. There are some small ones that already exist. And I thought, you know what? It's natural, it's healthy, so why not? This supplement just happens to include it. So I'm like, wow, win-win. I've got my grass-fed protein, low on the pea protein, doesn't hurt my stomach. The taste, in my opinion, if you have reasonable expectations for like stevia and monk fruit, it's great. So it's low sugar, it's keto friendly. I think I said it has collagen in it already. And then it has the aid, and what I'm hoping helps with my hair loss, because the last couple of months have been a little scary. Fortunately, I'm so busy that I don't have time to dwell on it, but I've lost a tremendous amount of hair. For someone that's had hair that's so thick, literally I have lost just like tons and tons of hair. I'm not joking, have half of what I normally have. And so I'm not ungrateful for that, but obviously I want to address this, right? I've started doing some massage on my scalp. I have a device that does it. You can do it with your hands also. That can help stimulate things. If you put some nourishing ingredients on your scalp and give it a little massage, it can help nourish the hair follicles. It can also help stimulate things to kind of promote that hair growth. Of course, these are things you would need to do regularly if you want to see some type of benefit. And then of course the pumpkin seed, I have that in my daily nutritional shake. It's by Just Ingredients, like I said, and I will put the link below as long as I can find it online. And I did purchase it at Whole Foods, so maybe they'll have it at some small local grocery stores as well. And I did try the vanilla and chocolate, by the way, and it's a very, very good, again, in my opinion. So the awesome part is that you can buy a sample pack, which I love, for a few dollars. That way you're not out, $40-50 should you get one of the large packs. But I'm really into quality these days. I'd rather buy less and have it be quality than buy more. It sits in my pantry. I don't use it. I don't like it, for whatever reason. Please like and subscribe to my channel and make sure and set that notification bell. But that is something I'm excited to try for my hair loss. I actually had a company reach out to me, and they were interested in me taking their pumpkin seed oil pills, and I just responded to them like a week or so ago, and I never heard back. So within that time frame, like last week, I went and I got this powder. So I thought, I'm gonna try this instead. And if they reach back out to me and I end up taking their supplements when I'm done with this, then I will be happy to show you a before and after. But here's a live before, right? So this is what it looks like right now. You can just see the live before, okay? And so I'll show you the after I take the supplement for a month. And I think that'll be pretty cool too. If we see the after and there's good performance, then we'll know that we can take it in powder form and it can be equally as effective, because you know all different forms and delivery systems are going to possibly impact the efficacy of the product. Okay, so that's number one, is the pumpkin seed powder / oil that could possibly be beneficial for hair growth. Now, let's talk about something that's a little bit sensitive. I'm going to use my oncology aesthetics background for these next couple tips, just in case you or someone you know is going through some type of treatment where you have to shave your hair, or it's a good, at least, thought to shave your hair. You want to leave a tiny bit of hair. You don't want to shave it all the way down to the skin, because just a reminder, we think of the scalp as like this separate entity, which I understand because the scalp does have a different texture. Think of all different parts of your skin. They're all a little different. Like your eyes are very delicate. It's probably the thinnest tissue on the body. The heels of your feet are different, but your scalp is still skin. So to avoid any possible infections, make sure that you're not shaving all the way down to the scalp. Leave a little bit of hair growth there. So you're going to prevent, in that way, the possibility of having those hair follicles become irritated, which can lead to infections, and you're more susceptible to infections whenever your immune system is lower and you're going through treatment. Also, if you have a really dry scalp, you can do a massage with a serum that perhaps has some aloe in it, hyaluronic, something that's soothing and hydrating on the scalp. That can possibly be helpful. Make sure if your scalp is exposed, you are applying sunscreen, because typically we do have hair here. But if you are losing hair, or if you have shaved your head and you're not used to having that scalp be exposed as much, then you want to make sure that you are applying sunscreen, and or a hat would be a really good idea to avoid having as much contact with the sun and avoid having that extra irritation. The more you know, the more you glow. Ciao for now.